Good afternoon, guys. Man, that just feels weird to say. Can I just go back to good morning? What's up and good morning, guys? Welcome back to another video. Now, while we wait for the BBB build back here to warm up, and actually this is the loudest the exhaust gets, let's talk about California's new exhaust laws. And as we all know, California has never, and I mean never, had a shortage of laws. And you know, the worst part about the laws is it's usually like one person complained, and all of a sudden now we got to change the whole state to make that one person comfortable. And I'm not going to get into politics and all that craziness, but they typically like to pass laws on like a Sunday night nobody knows about, and all of a sudden Monday morning there's some new law in place that we all have to abide by. And even worse so is obviously January 1st. First of the year is when a ton of new laws that nobody knew about got passed throughout the year and now become effective. So of course, being that it is now the new year, I got a ton of messages from people stating, have you heard about California's new exhaust law? I'm really worried, we're screwed, what are we gonna do? And you know, being somebody that avidly follows politics, avidly follows, you know, what's going on in my state, in my city and all that, somehow I had missed the exhaust law. So all of a sudden I'm starting to really kind of freak out, because obviously there's already plenty of laws on the books regarding exhausts and all that. So here there was another one on the books, worried me that, like, is there really something we got to worry about? So what the new law is it really pertains to California's loud exhaust laws that were already in place. I don't know the exact decibel level off the top of my head. But obviously California hates loud exhaust. I mean, even so on off-road vehicles, if you guys have ever been on a dirt bike in certain areas, they will actually, you know, the sheriff or BLM, whoever's in that area, will actually come out with a decibel meter and measure like your dirt bike exhaust. I mean, it's pretty bad out here. But regardless, California already has loud exhaust laws in place. The one thing I like about diesels is, even though, you know, on a cold start like we just had where it was high idling, it was pretty loud-ish. But right now, at normal idle, it's not crazy. It's not offensive to really anybody. I don't think too many people are gonna complain. So I've never really worried about loud exhaust laws. I don't have some loud clapped out, you know, 5.3 Silverado that just sounds like crap, and everywhere you go, it's just, you know, 200 decibels of horrible soundingness to go 30 miles an hour. But anyways, in years past, if you got a ticket for a loud exhaust, depending on the cop, they can either make it correctable or not correctable. And basically what correctable is it's a fix-it ticket. It's a $25 ticket as of the last time I ever got a fix-it ticket. It's a $25 fix-it ticket, and you have to go prove to an officer and get it signed off that you corrected it. Which, other than the fact that you actually do have to swap out your exhaust to properly correct it and get it signed off, depending on the vehicle and how hard it is to swap out, it's a lot better than paying the fine, which would be your other option, and having to correct it. Well, I guess the good folks in California decided that's just not good enough, because, well, even though, you know, we charge the most in taxes in the country and we charge the most for fines and fees and regulations, we're not making enough money. So now, instead of when you get pulled over and they say your exhaust is too loud, instead of getting just a fix-it ticket, it is now mandatory that you get the fine, plus you have to make the correction. Because, well, California, you know, we gotta get all the money we can out of you. Now, I have to say, I was definitely relieved once I heard the new law, not so much for the fact that there was a new law out, but more so that it wasn't going after, you know, certain other aspects of exhaust. And now, mind you, I feel like I'm being a little unfairly targeted, since it's not my fault that some things might have fallen off this truck and it got a little bit louder, but I don't think it's loud enough to really fall under the category of what the law is pertaining to. And also, don't get me wrong, under the fact that I don't appreciate an annoying exhaust. I don't think any of us do. I live in an area that happens to have a lot of street racers flying by it from time to time. And to me, listen, your exhaust is really loud and it might be really annoying on certain vehicles, but if you're flying by my house and you're gone in about a half a second, it doesn't really bug me. But I've also been to those car shows where all of the street racer ice rockets decide it's time to become a symphony of crappy sounding exhausts, and they'll just sit there and rev them up for about 35 minutes straight. And that's obviously no fun. But we all know how it is. Some bad apples ruin it for everybody. The law also pertains to motorcycles, and I am a firm believer in the loud pipes saves lives statement when it comes to motorcycles. There's been plenty of times really quiet motorcycles creep up on you, and we've all done the like, oh, where'd that guy come from? Then you get the Harley that you hear him about 14 cars back, and at the same time, once again, like as long as he's not sitting there revving up next to me for an hour, it's not a big deal. Like, I appreciate the fact that I can now hear and see a motorcycle coming, whereas the quiet ones that go by at 100 miles an hour, you don't even hear. Now, the unfortunate thing about this being a brand new law in January 1st of this year is, guess what's gonna really get enforced a lot for the first couple of months, just to kind of prove that sticking point. And it is that new law. At one point, I remember one year way back when I had just first started driving, they enforced a new insurance law, stating you had to have proof of insurance on you at all times, and if you didn't have proof of insurance on you, regardless of having insurance, there was a $1,000 fine. Now, mind you, I was in a family's vehicle. I've been pulled over plenty of times in that vehicle, and the insurance card was always fine. It was the family's name. The family insurance was covered on every single vehicle. But day one of that law being a thing, I got pulled over and handed the cop my insurance card, my license. Now, mind you, I got pulled over for headlights, like nothing crazy. And the cop looks at the insurance card and says, no, your name's not on it. This isn't valid. I said, well, sir, I'm on the policy. This has worked for the 20 other times I've ever been pulled over. But all of a sudden, California, new law, day one, this isn't cool anymore. This does not count as proof of insurance, even though the law never stated anything about that. He was just really trying to chase that $1,000 fine. Luckily, he ended up getting called to another call and just kind of wiped that whole slate clean. So I was really worried about driving the BBB build here in the first couple of months of the year until I realized what the law is, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we're gonna be cool.
And speaking of the BBB build, we've got a couple things we gotta do to, you know, really finish off what I've been putting off. One of which being, we gotta get all of the rest of the bumper parts powder coated here. Two of which being the tow hooks that go on the rear that we kind of forgot before SEMA. And then the other being the killer parts that Vlog Industries had made for the truck. This piece is gonna get powder coated, and then the grill piece actually needs to get painted Summit White to match the rest of the grill. So these are going to the powder coater, this is getting dropped off at the painter. And because sometimes you have to tempt fate, we're taking the old BBB build out just to prove that this exhaust isn't loud, because I don't know what happened to it, you know? Now, for those of you guys wondering, an update on the business that we're kind of planning on looking in on opening up. It's a lot of weird run-on sentence there. In the new year, I have to say, I have, especially on the drive over here as well, called so many real estate agents trying to get answers on that property. I've had one, maybe two out of the 30 that I've called or more, left multiple voicemails, called multiple times, answered the phone. One was on a boat, said he couldn't help me, call his partner never answered. Another one said that's not his property, here's the info of the guy whose property it is, call that guy. You know, it's been over the last week, called multiple times, left multiple voicemails, and still have gotten no response. So that's about as good of, unfortunately, of an update as I can give you. But there's another similar business that I have found that is for sale. Now, that's a whole nother thing I've never dealt with on buying a business, but we're actually really trying to get in and possibly end up buying that one and then wait maybe a year and start up our own, kind of branching off of the first one that we buy. But I don't know, there's just so many options right now. I just need somebody to answer the freaking phone. But let's grab our front grill piece here. What's up, puppies? Can I pet you today? No? Maybe I can pet you?
What's up, man?
What's going on, brother?
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's.
How was the show?
It's killer, dude. But we got a replacement piece for the, remember how that bumper grill didn't match the truck grill? So they made me one that matches now. So I just need to get it painted.
Oh, the style didn't match?
Right.
Okay.
There's two different companies, so they made me one that matches. I just need it painted Summit White to match the truck.
I definitely have it saved from your last RO.
Cool.
So I'm just going to paint it the same to match.
Perfect.
So
that's all I need.
Cool. You got your same cell phone number and everything?
Everything's the same.
Cool. I'll call you when it's done.
Perfect. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
All right, that was easy. Now we got to go for a little bit longer of a drive to get to the powder coater. So I don't remember if I've mentioned this. Obviously we are pulling up to Swift Powder Coat right now, but the people that actually did my vinyl work on the truck for SEMA, CJ Norby, are right here. And I just so happened upon them in the parking lot, literally days before SEMA, when all other vinyl companies kind of weren't really responding to phone calls either. I think they might be in cahoots with commercial real estate agents. But I just so happened to pull in front of their building right as somebody was walking out, said, hey, here's my predicament. Is there anything you guys can do? And they said, no problem. We're going to have it handled for you. And they just absolutely crushed it. I was heartbroken. I didn't even want to tell them that prior to pulling into SEMA, they made me take the decals off the side of the truck. But they were good sports about it, and I highly recommend them. And we're going to be going back to them at some point very soon to get some type of work for it wrap going on the BBB build here.
What's going on?
What's up, brother?
How's it going?
Going well.
How's SEMA?
Killer.
Yeah? Truck looks good.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
We didn't see those in a box, so we got to get those just done in gloss black, the same gloss black
Gloss
that we did
black?
on the rest. And then they sent me a new piece for the back, so this is gloss black too.
Okay. Gloss black also, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty, well, that is two things off the list now that I've been waiting to get done for a long time. Check out this Ford over here. Got like a Power Wagon-ish paint job on it. Had to make a quick pit stop. Well, the only one that craves like really cold stuff on really cold days. I don't know what it is. I swear the only time I ever drink Slurpees is on super cold days. Picked up a $30 scratcher here too. If you guys remember, probably my biggest video ever was the time that me and Chris went and spent $2,700 on a $30 scratcher. And you know, there's quite a few comments talking crap about how dumb we were for spending that kind of money, but the power of YouTube actually did really well on that video, even though we weren't even planning on filming it that day. Have you ever had like the real intention of finishing something and then you get so distracted and sidetracked that you don't? Well, that's what just happened in this video. I mean, obviously the window's closed, you can't see, but it's actually dark outside right now. I came home, had to finish finalizing today's upload, and I actually did a live premiere. And I don't know if you guys have been on one of my live premieres yet, but basically what that is, if you guys don't know, is when a brand new video debuts, if I do it as a live premiere, that means I'm watching it as you guys are all watching it for the first time, and we have a live chat going on the side. We can interact, we can talk with each other. It's actually a really cool feature that YouTube offers. But I got so distracted doing that, I completely forgot to wrap up this video, and I completely forgot to scratch that scratcher that we got. So let's go grab that out of the truck and see if we won some money. Come on, lucky girl, where you at? There you are. Move this crap out of the way. Why are there Q-tips on the table? That's gross. All right, let's see. And of course, I only have a dime laying around, so this might take a little bit longer than it should to scratch. Nothing. 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 Oh, hold on now. Hold on now. We got ourselves a 20 times. I don't know if you guys can see it right there. Boom, 20 times. Let's see what the dollar amount is. Maybe we're gonna retire. 20 times, 10 bucks. I think I can retire on that amount. Woo! All right, guys, it's been fun. I'm done. That's it. What is 20 times 10? Was it 200 bucks? Whew. I hit the big time, guys. I'm gonna go build me another SEMA truck. We did it. I'm just kidding, but that actually is pretty good for scratchers. And no, I don't have a gambling problem or a gambling addiction or a scratcher addiction. I actually maybe do like 10 scratchers a year, if that. Go to the casino like maybe once a year, if that. You know, I like to keep my money in my pocket. It's guaranteed that way. But with that, we're gonna wrap up today's video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Tomorrow we actually have Dave coming to the gym with us again, and I'm gonna do my best to film a little bit more earlier on in the gym session, I would say, just because you never know what's gonna happen with Dave. He gets a little crazy at the gym. And hopefully you guys enjoy that. I actually kind of held off on putting any kind of gym content in my videos because I didn't want to seem like gym douchey, and I didn't want to, you know, I'm not like the biggest fitness guru, you know, nor do I want to seem like I'm trying to give fitness tips because, you know, I just kind of do what I know works for me, and it works well. So if you have not subscribed to my channel and you would like to see further content, please click the subscribe button now. Don't forget to give this video a like, aka a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out workforapparel.com because if there's anything you want in this life, you got to be willing to work for it, or just scratch a scratcher, you know, take your chances, either way. You guys are the best. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Damn.